Hello and welcome back to the Ask Johnny channel. Cloning animals, that's right, cloning animals. Should we be doing it? And if so, why the hell should we be doing it? G'day Johnny, and welcome back for this fabulous new episode. G'day Johnny, thanks for joining us. Righto Johnny, we'll get straight on to it. This is from Klaus, and Klaus is in Frankfurt. Hello to everybody in Frankfurt, keep watching us up there for Christ's sake. But Johnny, Klaus asks Johnny, you're a man of science. Yes, of course. Is the world headed for a fiery end in the not too distant future? Your guidance on this frightening turn of events would be a godsend and a comfort, Johnny. Signed, Klaus in Frankfurt. Thanks, Klaus. Johnny, are we headed for a bloody fiery end? Yes. By that I'm assuming that Klaus is referring to global warming, Johnny. Well, there's lots of bloody things that could happen, but there's one very novel idea that's being bandied around in scientific circles, Johnny, and that's cloning. Oh, yeah, cloning, yeah. Yeah, cloning. And to be more specific, cloning the woolly mammoth. Right, yeah, the woolly mammoth.
When a species goes extinct, that's the end.
Or is it? Scientists are trying to bring back extinct species. Everything from the woolly mammoth.
What if I told you there's a plan to bring woolly mammoths back to Siberia? Wild, right? And if resurrecting a 6-ton creature that's been extinct for about 4,000 years isn't crazy enough, wait till you hear this. They're hoping to enlist these shaggy creatures to help us solve a mammoth-sized problem.
But Johnny, how the bloody hell are they gonna bring that big bastard of a thing? It's fucking huge, Johnny. The woolly mammoth, I reckon they get enough bloody cellular bloody material, as they put it, to develop a bloody genetic chain that can be forsakenly put into the Andromeda strain of the... Right, yeah. But putting it more simply, Johnny, they've found some bloody frozen mammoths that are as good as gold, and they reckon they can use their cells.
This will eventually reach 200 pounds before birth.
This idea could go from science fiction to reality.
A team of scientists aim to genetically resurrect a woolly mammoth by 2027.
You know who I miss? Woolly mammoths. Bring back woolly mammoths.
Woolly mammoths have been extinct for about 10,000 years, but as Dr. Ian McCallum warns, life finds a way.
Mammoths are back. Almost. But the really crazy part is that we're bringing them back to save planet Earth from us.
Yeah, they are in bloody perfect condition. They reckon they could have eaten this bloody mammoth. Just like the bloody Neanderthals, our righteous, hard-working ancestors, Johnny.
That is one big pile of shit.
Mammoths, however, disappeared just 4,000 years ago, and a new company called Colossal aims to bring them back in as little as 4 years.
Now, one of these blokes, Johnny, he's doing some research on the permafrost that used to cover half the bloody European tundra.
25,000 years ago, the Earth was a very different place. At its greatest extent, the Mammoth Steppe spanned from the westernmost reaches of Europe across the whole of Eurasia, all the way into Alaska. Covering an approximate 15 million square kilometers, or 10% of the planet's land area, this would have made it the largest terrestrial biome on Earth at the time. Being host to such a productive plant community, and with such a huge area under its domain, it's no surprise that the Mammoth Steppe was able to develop a diverse animal community as well.
Temperatures in the Arctic continue to warm twice as fast as the rest of the world. That's according to the U.S. government's latest climate report. The past 5 years in the Arctic have been the warmest there since records began in 1900. Decades ago, an eccentric Russian geophysicist warned that frozen soil, called permafrost, contained enough greenhouse gas itself to pose a threat to the climate if it ever melted. Science scoffed at Sergei Zimov's warning, but now that the permafrost is collapsing, the world is listening.
Picture the scene. A herd of woolly mammoths, genetically engineered back from extinction, roaming the Siberian Arctic as part of a prehistoric ecosystem re-established after over 10,000 years. Now, I know what you're thinking. Sounds like we need to get Sam Neill down there ASAP. But what if I told you this was all part of an innovative long-term plan to tackle climate change? Okay, bear with me. This is Nikita Zimov, one of the Russian scientists behind this idea.
Just 15,000 years ago, the landscape where I'm living looked totally different from what it is looking right now. So back in the time, there were millions of big herbivores roaming the landscape: mammoths, horses, bison, reindeer, woolly rhinoceros, and all they constituted the world's largest ecosystem, which was called the mammoth steppe.
And to get it back to bloody how it was 10,000 years ago, you're going to have a whole lot of animals stomping around and chewing things and pushing snow and all that sort of bloody claptrap. And that's why he wants to bring back the mammoths.
It falls under the categorization of steppe tundra instead of mammoth steppe, but trust me, they're virtually the same thing, with the only difference being what keeps the trees at bay, as it's thought that this would have been the mammoth's biggest ecological role, being one of the only animals big enough to actually down a tree. We've observed this same behavior in modern elephants, where they'll knock a tree down in order to eat either its leaves or its roots, or both I guess, literally pushing back against the advancing forest, leading us to believe mammoths and their relatives played an analogous role on the steppe. Here in the Altai and...
It's all very well, Johnny, but I don't know whether this bloke's done his bloody homework. I mean, you'd need 64 million fucking mammoths, Johnny, to get any sort of his homework, because does he realise that Russia and all that bloody Siberia is full of oil and full of bloody resources, and if you reckon Putin's gonna just bloody let a whole lot of fucking mammoths wander around it, you got another thing coming. Is there a possibility that it was aliens? Aliens caused the downfall of the mammoths, Johnny? I mean, you need bloody... Yeah, it's a stupid thing to say. I mean, you need bloody millions of square miles for Johnny for these fucking animals to wander around in. We haven't got enough bloody room for the animals we've got, let alone fucking cloning more from the distant past. So what you're saying, Johnny, is we're doomed? We're just doomed. By the time he's built up a bloody herd of all these fucking ancient animals, we're all gonna be fried. Yeah, fried. So what you're saying, Johnny, is we're doomed. Yeah, we're just doomed. I don't like to be a doomsdayer, Johnny, but we're fucking in terrible trouble. And in fact, Johnny, in light of recent events, I reckon the only one who can save us, the only one in the world who can bloody get us out of this pickle is Elon Musk. Elon? What's Elon gonna do? Yeah, Elon, he's the only one with the guts and the money to bloody drag this bloody world back out of the fucking climate change hell. Well, yeah, he could. And to prove what Elon's capable of, Johnny, to prove it, he's just bought bloody Twitter for $44 billion or some bloody thing. All right, yeah, Twitter. Yeah, Twitter's gonna bloody save us, Johnny. With Elon in charge, Twitter's gonna turn over a new leaf. We can get bloody cloned mammoths and cloned saber-tooth tigers. We can send them all to Mars. Send them to Mars? Are you serious? Yeah, Johnny, Mars. Why not get Elon to get cloned animals? Well, before we clone them, send them up as little pissy little cells and clone them up there, and they can populate this beautiful new world that Elon's going to create up there.
Join this safari into a green hell of horror.
Johnny, you've come out with ridiculous bloody comments over the years, but that's probably the stupidest fucking thing you've ever said. And you know, Johnny, I've got Elon's private number, and I'm going to get onto him straight away about this bloody plan. I reckon he'll be right into it. Great God Almighty, Johnny, is that a possibility? But I haven't got anything back, Johnny, on any of the other bloody proposals I've put to him, especially the gorillas going to Mars. He hasn't got back to me at all. Do you ever listen to any fucking thing that I say?